Hello, everybody! Happy Monday, Monday, Monday! This is Leela, and this is me and my iPad, where we do stuff with iPads and make music and art and enjoy community and all kinds of other cool things. See, I've already got a few people hanging out, even saying hello, like Jimmy Jazz, Jim Shannon, and Chili, my bandmate from Chill Zone, Cold Acre, Alex Backus, gonna be working and lurking. Very, very cool, very cool. Hugh Caldwell, meow. Very cool. That's the people who are in the chat right now. I see from the magic numbers that there are several of you lurking in Lurkland. And I'm sure that many of you will watch on the replay because that happens. Even last week when I literally did nothing but go through my purchased apps pile, somehow there were 227 views. Like, what? I guess everyone wants to see what the inside of an iPad of an addict looks like. Today I've got Ron Ward Indie Live, Homegrown Indie Live mug. My buddy Ron Ward. It's even got my name printed on it. The Mod Squad Reality. You got it, baby. Woo! How is everybody? How's your year going so far, folks? My year has been pretty much me being leftover sick. Thomas Christ, welcome. Sliding in. Community merch. Absolutely, Jim. Which community merch do I have? Let's see. I have How to App on iOS mug. I have a How to App on iOS tank top. I have a Indie Live mug. I have an Indie Live tank top. Maybe I should branch out. What I really need, I need some Thomas Christ merchandise. That's what I need. Valerie, hello, darling. Nice to see you, my girl. You know I'm always in the background when you're playing. I don't know if any of you guys have heard this yet, but this is my new vibe, at least for January. I just can't spend 3 or 4 hours a day typing people's names. I just can't. I'm so far behind. I've been really sick. I've been sick for 2 weeks. It's not like I feel really horrible, but my brain is empty. I know what you were going to say. I know. But yeah, I just it's been taking a lot of my time, and I love you guys a lot. But I need to get my own music done. For example, I have just a few people. One of them is in this chat right now, who I have two collabs with that are, well, one of them is well over a year old. So just saying. Gary Hubs, George, hi, Audible Video. Hello, welcome, welcome. All right, I'm going to bring in the star of the show, my iPad. We're going to do some iPad searching and looking and chilling out. It's open right now, and I'm going to go climb into my corner. Here I go. There I am. Look at me. I'm in the corner. Very cool. As content creators, we can't respond to yeah, but I'm watching you guys. I always have at least one stream in my browser. Because you guys are my friends, and I want to help. And not only that, but I like to hear you. I especially love to hear Valerie. Valerie just talks to people and she plays and just makes me feel like I'm kind of hanging out, right? Exactly. Valerie feels guilty, and that's the thing. I feel guilty too, but I'm just going to throw that guilt off. I'm going to do what's good for me. And if people don't accept me for that, then I'm just going to have to be unacceptable. I'm unacceptable. Right on. So let us not spend too much time here. Let's see if there's anything I need to show you before we dive into July through December in 2023 apps. Well, I made a couple of, let's look in my photos and I'll show you what I've done here. I've made some, well, here's the thumbnail for my, whoops, I can't words right. This is a thumbnail for my latest SoundCloud jam. And then I've recorded a couple of these. I recorded some of my AUM scenes because I've been really just like my head, like I was saying, my brain has been really blank after this illness. Like I cooked my head or something, and I just can't think well. I can't think well. So I've just been trying to get back into it by screen recording some of these, and I'm just let you listen a little bit. This is my one synth song of the week from 2 weeks ago that will end up coming out. Pookie and R, the legend, working and lurking. Hey, here, this is a bunch of scratchies. I'm not going to play the whole thing, just a little bit. Of course, my noise track was the most fun. You were recording bass this morning, Gary. Nice. Yeah, notice all of the Salome. These are all Salome. If you can remember, I did this 2 weeks ago on the show. I recorded this scape here, and I'm going to probably add some like movie quotes and things to it. And then I'll add some visuals underneath it, some storyline. Salome is a great app. One of my favorite ones of 2023. Mars Capone, welcome. Cheers. Anyway, let's not give away the whole farm. But here's another one. I called this Insecticide. This has got a lot of secta on it, if I'm not mistaken. Or this could be a different one. It's hard for me to see. It's got drum computer. It's got riffler. Yeah, listen to that crunch. Rawr. So yeah, when in doubt, I make noise. Ooh, Hugh says I got a used Ibanez AZ model guitar. It's my desert island guitar. Nice. Yeah. I've got my little guitar. This is my Yamaha APTX. See, you got this. And a coax chrome sticker. Yeah, listen to that guitar. Rawr. Woo! I just discovered endless mode. Woo! Alright, I'm gonna add that, and we're gonna head on over to the App Store. Let's remove all of these weird... Let's get rid of Kindle. Let's get rid of books. Let's get rid of voice memos and Libby and tabs and mail. In Rhymer's block, I've been working on some really cool lyrics. Just gonna read one of these real quick. Like, this one's called The Trapeze. In that moment when everything is lost and you're reaching blindly into the void, will the way appear, or will you tumble, hurtling towards the earth to be destroyed? Never-ending mistakes, constant adaptations, being off course for most of the ride, putting one foot in the other on autopilot. Somehow we reach the other side. Woo! Very cool. That's what happens when I read novels. I was reading the novel for the book of the TV show that's on Apple TV, Lessons in Chemistry. I just finished that. It was awesome. All right, let's head to the App Store. And let us start with July. First, to discover where your apps are, you click your face. And then when up your account comes, you click Purchased, My Purchases, and boom. All right, let's head down to July. There's September. And I'll be popping over on occasion to look at super cool things with AUM. Because that's where I play. That's my playground. And here we are. Right here at the beginning. So I didn't mention GSDSP Magic Fusion. I got that on June 25th. But I didn't mention that. That is one of my favorite apps. Magic Fusion. One of the coolest things about Magic Fusion is how it, I'm just actually going to just bring this up real quick. A file, sessions, Magic Fusion Playground. So here I have this factory sound. And I've got on BA1 over here, which BA1 is it's a synth that came out in July. So here I have BA1 sound. But it's being fused over here. See, here's the plain sound. Now it's being fused with the other sound out of BA1. And that's just beautiful and floaty and so cool, right? And heading on back to the App Store. Combustor. Combustor is it's an audio unit that it spices up and transforms your tracks. It's a time-bending resonator. You can create anything from vibrant, distorted texture, perfectly suited for hardcore electronic musicians, to subtle physical resonance, which is often lacking in synthesized sounds. It contains an envelope follower to create dynamic, controlled pitch or filter sweeps. It also has a MIDI input that controls the resonator's pitch to make something melodic and organic out of non-melodic sounds like drums. Super cool. Combustor? I don't even know her. Hey, Chad Freeman and Many Vibes. Welcome. Humbucker Pie. You guys are fun. Anyway, yeah, Combustor just basically adds a ton. In fact, we can just hop over here and let's just make a sound out of it. We should be making a sound out of it. Well, let's do this. Right, here's an ARP. A little Combustor. Hey, Jade Star. How you doing this morning, my friend? And you just say bad oven. See what I mean? Holy shnikes. That's insane. So that's a cool app. Oh, and then TB Low Tone came out in July. TB Low Tone's an innovative bass synthesizer app. A lot of bass synthesizers came out this last year. TB Low Tone, the King of Bass, and Mariana. All really amazing. But there's 3 oscillators in low tone. There's a continuous pulse width modulation, PWM, frequency modulation, and oscillator hard sync, complemented by a voltage-controlled noise synthesizer, parameter modulation. It's the world's first bass synthesizer featuring loudness domain harmonic synthesis, creating deeper, more consistent, and production-ready bass sounds compared to conventional synthesizers. It's a smart randomizer that generates new patches with a single click, and which learns from the patches you've already created to generate new personalized patches. It is very cool. Hey, Brad's here too. Well, hello, Brad. Nice to see you. Brad did a very lovely show on Saturday. The after party finally made it. Very, very cool. So here is one of my favorite apps, Bleece Voices. They added 20 new presets 3 weeks ago. So this gives you vocal harmonies. It pitches them, transforms your vocals, doubles your vocals. It's very powerful. You have 12 voices, each providing detailed control over pitch, formant, tone, width, and placement. Bleece Voices will redefine your vocal creativity and unleash your inner choir. Hey, brothers on guitar, welcome, welcome. It's Andy. Cool. Anyway, Bleece Voices, let's see. If I pull up, Logic real quick. And let's look at Cat and Mouse here. And I'm going to... Let's solo this. This is let's see if we can hear that. Can you hear that? What if my inner choir likes to be on a leash? Listen to that. That's Now we'll take this one and we'll add this. The game of life is dangerous. Trusting treacherous strangers. That's the kind of stuff you can do with Bleece voices. Insane. Moving on up. Threads. Who's on Threads? Calmus Play. I don't know what this is. It's your personal composer. Composes music based on you. It uses artificial intelligence. Who knows? I've never paid attention to it. Flux Pro. Let's see how old. Is this old or new? It's an iPad app. Music Tech. Flux Pro is a multi-effects modulation plugin that transforms your sounds into colorful, characterful, and dynamic tracks. Graceful stereo waves to your keys, dirty pulsing side chains to your bass. Well, what this looks really cool, and I've never used it. I'm sure our Jade has a show on that. Auto Bass AUV3 MIDI generator. That's a Chem OK app. Right? That's funny. Gary, I totally get it. I had Threads for 4 days. I remember why I didn't miss Twitter. Yeah, me either. Jaguars. So this is a MIDI generator. So there's no sound. You have to connect it to sound. But you can create bass lines or melodies automatically with Auto Bass. You set the algorithm parameters in your taste for generating the best bass lines. Complexity breaks the longer notes into shorter notes. Density sets the note and rest ratio. Spread sets the range of the notes in the piano roll. Offset shifts the notes on the piano roll. Swing shifts the start position of the every other note in the sequence. You can change the gate length and velocity. Randomization to the notes, baseline pattern duration, walk type rearranges the notes on the piano roll without regenerating the whole sequence. Super cool. So, my theme for 2024 with the music. Oh, hey, Jeels. Good to see you, Jeels. Nice to see you. So this my upcoming stuff is that most of my shows are going to be based on creating from blank, like creating from bass line, like creating from chord progression, like creating from noise. These kinds of things. And when I go to create from bass, I'm going to use this Auto Bass, and I'm going to use Low Tone and Mariana, and I'm going to show you a bit of these fun things. Subflow, I do not know what that is. It looks like it's visualizations. We'll have to get to that later. Atomus, that looks like a visualization. Yes, those are visualizations. That's really cool. Matrix Music Visualizer, free. I love all these little cheap visualizers because they're fantastic for making footage for your videos. Spectra here, music visualizer, gives you these. In fact, let me show you super quick in my photos. There's a third. This video right here. See how it has the face in there and the background and the, Oh, thanks, Mars. I got that sounding nice. Anyway, so this is what you get with Spectra. You can set your own background. You can set your own logo, which is the circle. And then you get this visualization of, bits, the bits flying about. TouchViz. All right, now we're back to the music apps. BA1, Baby Audio. You heard that a little bit ago. It is a synth with a soul. Baby Audio's popular BA1 synthesizer is now available on the App Store. Whether you're creating synthwave, lo-fi, modern pop, or dance, BA1 is your new go-to synth due to its authentic sonic character and user-friendly workflow. It ships with 500 plus high-quality presets and a regen button for instantly creating new patches on the fly. It's based on a portable 1980s synth with a toy-like appearance and a gritty sound. Despite its small size, it left a big mark on music history while still flying somewhat under the hype radar. The original has been used as a secret weapon for bubbly synth textures by some of Sweden's most successful pop producers of the past 2 decades. It was also a staple of 1990s digital dance hall and beloved by the indie-tronica scene for its raw lo-fi quality. So, yeah, I do enjoy. I love the sounds in there. But wow, so July was just wild. Next comes King of Bass. Standalone restarts immediately. Okay, so it's on sale right now, by the way. The bass of your dreams. Whether you're looking to add warm analog magic or create the perfect 808 or sub to fatten your sound, this app will make your music more powerful. It's more than bass. With the Kick It button, you can easily make perfectly tuned original custom kicks with the Custom Kick Maker. Ooh, we're going to have to play with that when it comes time to create from bass lines. Get better bass in one easy step. Download this app. Over 400 presets to inspire you, including 120 plus starter sounds to make your own sound. This is not another generic, boring sounding synth. This is special. It will vibe your speakers and shake your seats. It's possible to create over 6,000 plus different combinations of bass layers. That's just the start. Want to make a massive original kick drum and key with your song? Heck yeah, you will! That's insane, right? That's why we're still in July. And then Xeon Synth by Beep Street. That's a virtual analog synthesizer. They spend a lot of time analyzing the iconic analog synths, both the vintage and modern ones, to find out which parts of the circuit contribute most to their character. They use this knowledge to create a unique synth with focus on what's most important, the pure, organic, and detailed sound. Many analog synth emulations sound dull, not Xeon. We take care of the entire spectrum range from deep lows to sweet highs. All 4 times over sampling. There's filters, oscillators, modulation matrix, effects units. Very cool. Squier Precision Bass. I love that we're discussing basses. All right, I got Korg Alep Tribe Wave, but that is not new. Matrix Music Visualizer, that's not new. OM Guitar with FX and autoplay. I don't know that this... Oh, nope, that's old. That's 3 years old. iSynth. Please note that this app consumes much CPU and works best with newer devices. It's Spectral Cross Synthesis and Morphing plugin. It gets 2 input signals, splits each one into 2 parts, containing noise and tone components, and then allows morphing between all these elements. Freeze control allows spectral blurring-like effect for both input signals. 2 3-second delay lines allow selection of different signal and time, and also provides freeze effects. I've played with this before. It's kind of confusing, but fun. Very fun. This Artifacts Lo-Fi processor. I quite enjoyed this a few times this year. This is an audio effect. It's designed to add the lo-fi vibes. It gets like a noisy vintage sound. There's crackling vinyl. There's wobbling tape, crunchy digital sounds, everything in between. It's got dedicated sections for noise, drive, digital, and tape. A separate liveliness section makes the plugin come alive by applying subtle or extreme fluctuations to any of the 4 sections. This kind of got left behind a little bit. It got left behind a little in the bits of, like, say for example, if I pop over here to AUM, just once again we'll just have a little. Let's have this harp sound. That sounds cool. Now let's put some artifacts on it. I need my glasses. Here we go. Let's browse. Cheap vinyl, club bathroom, crushing bits, circuit bender. This glitchy business. Yeah, right? Then you can just play. Dropout, wow, flutter. Wow, that changes it a lot, doesn't it? Back to the App Store. Man, that has some pretty cool sounds. So Super VHS by Baby Audio came out at the end of July. A retro color plugin. Rewind your tracks to the VHS era. So this is another lo-fier. Lo-fis are super cool. It brings like a retro vibe. Let's just, why don't we just throw it in? We'll just throw this in real quick. Once again, I'll hear Days Soft. Super VHS. See, this is a bunch. Turn the mix up. This is just a simple little just basically gives you a real nice lo-fi sound. I love that beautiful that beautiful tail. All right. I finally purchased Final Cut Pro for iPad. I may dump this this year. It's really, really cool, but I don't know if I want to spend $50 a year because I don't use it as much as I should. Admittedly, there are some very excellent things to Final Cut Pro, but I'm just not sure that I want to keep it. Apparently, under $300 is affordable. Punk Gen Thrash Riff Sequencer. Ooh, let's play with this a second. I believe. So you just sort of make something. Like, let's see if play. Like, whoa! That's just music! This makes cool, thrashy, hard rock, excellent stuff. Very, very cool. Triple X Classic. This is just an FM sound. It's a famous digital synthesizers of the 80s, puts them into easy to use, accessible interface. Triple X Classic. Real cool. Jim's been using DaVinci Resolve 17 free version for the last 2 years. Pretty cool. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Look, Decide Now Light, Daily Decision Wheel, Nature, Smash Cut Visual Synth, Secret Bass Design. Smash Cut is to play video just like an audio sampler. Sequence, splice, rearrange, using a MIDI keyboard with a built-in remote control and a second iOS device. Musicians have used audio samplers for decades, triggering drum sounds, pianos, hundreds of other instruments using MIDI keyboards and sequencers. Smash Cut brings the same sort of functionality to video content. I have no idea how to use that. Aren't I funny? MLFO. This is, I don't know if this is new or not, but very, very cool app. You can have like 16 LFOs running right there. Oh, thanks, Chili. Very cool. Artist guitars. So Chord Bud 2, that's an old one. All right, now in August here, we've got the Mugger Foogers. Let's just quickly look at each one of them. The Mugger Foogers are by Moog, and they are very cool. It was expensive, not cheap. No, not at all, Chili. This is this show is about making music, so anything that can help you make music is welcome in my chat. All right, so the MF108S Cluster Flux is a reinvention of Moog Music's classic Mugger Fooger MF108 analog effects pedal. It contains several complete modular synth functions, a dual-range bucket brigade device, delay line, designed for very short delay times, and a multi-waveform low-frequency oscillator, capable of modulating the delay line for a variety of effects, including chorus, flanging, and vibrato. A direct descendant of the original Moog modular synthesizers, the MF108 was adapted to process, modulate, and play with inputs ranging from guitar, voice, and synthesizer to any imaginable audio source. And now the cool thing is that all these Mooger Foogers work together, and they work with Mariana Bass Synth, which came out in December. Yeah, it's the same sub as Logic. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Thomas says, I still use LumaFusion. Final Cut Pro has better features, but I'm always using Storyblocks, and that's in LumaFusion. Also, it's cross-platform, so I can use it on the Mac. Yep. You have exactly got my bits right there. Yeah. By TikTok, free desktop cut pro. Interesting. All right, so then the next Mugger Fugger is the saturator. The major component of each Mugger Fugger is its, I keep saying that and I'm going to mess it up one of these. I'm messing it up now. It's its input drive stage, which is able to add warmth, distortion, and crunch to a sound. The saturator is able to move from tight dynamic overdrive and analog saturation to smooth compression and expansion by pairing a wide-range envelope follower with bipolar control over the unique drive circuit of the Mugger Fugger Effects plugins. Further, it models the noise generator circuit of the Mini Moog Model D and allows for control of both noise generator level and noise tone with switchable filter type. Let's see. Let's hop over to my AUM here and let's make a sound. Days pad. Hey, Mateus. Let's add the saturator. MF. It's a medical issue if I feel acoustic crunch and fizz. Listen to how saturated that is. Drum filth. Let's come back over here and make drums. Let's make them filthy. Wow, that is filthy. Filthy. Wow. Oh, see, and how that just draws it out? Beautiful. Beautiful. And the coolest thing is really how they work together. But that's just too complicated for me to show you right now. One of these days, my friend. Okay, the Freak Box. It's a reinvention of the Moog Music's MF107S analog effects pedal. It's got a VCO, voltage controlled oscillator, variable wave shape, capable of being hard synced and frequency modulated by the audio input. It's been meticulously created as the MF107S, capturing not only the jagged, freaky sounds of the original, but also the organic way in which the parameters interact to create a musical playing experience. Very cool. D anything is usually bad. Desaturated. A no-brainer. All right. Now what's this Murph? What is a Murph? It's a reinvention of Moog Music's classic Mugger Fugger MF105 analog effects pedal. Multiple resonant filter array. Ooh, let's add a little Murph. Let's add a little Murph to my Smurf. Right here, let's come back in and let's make a sound. Wow. Let's add some. Wow. Computering Heartbeat City. Wow. Filter these suckers out. Very cool. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right. Back in, back in. Now it's got it's got stage phaser. Your stage phaser is it's a 1999 pedal. 2 complete modular functions, a 6-stage, 12-stage voltage-controlled phaser and a voltage-controlled wide-range low-frequency oscillator. An LFO, baby. Designed by Bob Moog and his engineering team, the MF-103 was a direct descendant of the original Moog modular synthesizers, adapted to process, modulate, and play with inputs. Psychedelic enveloping sound of the original, and the organic way in which the parameters interact to create a musical playing experience. Very cool. Yeah, pedal like it's 1999, baby. Then a ring modulator. I bet most of you know what a ring modulator is. It's got a carrier oscillator, a dual waveform LFO. It's adapted to process, modulate, and play with inputs. Let's hear what this ring modulator sounds like. Let's go. What's it called again? The ring modulator. We'll listen real quick. Let's have a Day is Soft. Look at MF. The Moog. There we go. Jade gave me a ring modulator, that is. Wow, that's awesome. That sounds so cool. Wow, see? Very cool. And that's just plain. Just amazing. Loving it. And then, of course, an analog delay, a low-pass filter. We know what these things are. We don't have to go that crazy. Also, in August, came out Some Effects. Some Effects is a modular multi-effects processor for Mac and PC and now iOS, designed with simplicity in mind to help keep you focused on the music. So basically, this is like an effects rack right there in your DAW. This Moog, the Koala Effects one's pretty brash. Gotcha, very cool. Evil Kitty misses you. Oh, no. The stock one in Logic. Oh, really? Interesting. Stock ring mod in Logic. Very cool. So basically, here you can 50 cross-platform slot and chain presets are included. So, yeah, so you can just add basically a little rack. You've got a little effects rack right there in your DAW. So cool. Mark's GAS Station, welcome, welcome. Genius Song Lyrics Finder. I downloaded that in August while I was on stage. You might be the first people to hear this, but my band is pretty much broken up. The new drummer retired from music, and so then the new guitar player was like, no, I'm not going through this again. I'm not looking for new people. And I was like, oh my God, finally. I've been trying to do this for months. I love my band. I love them. But yeah, it's just, it takes a lot of physical time and it doesn't really make any money. Tom Torregrossa, welcome. All right. Super Ninja Entertainment Synth. This is actually a ring modulator. Thomas, can you explain to her what a ring modulator is? All right, I'm going to hop over here and show you a little SNE synth. Super Ninja Synth is one of my favorite ones. It's funny because you'd think, yeah, this is just for chiptune, but it really isn't. I'm going to See, I've got some Zoa. And we'll hop in here. And some of my favorite are Jade Star's presets. I like Impending Dread. Now let's just press. This should be something soon. Impending Dread, where are you? So is out one. Hey, that's not moving. Why aren't you moving? There we go. Thomas says, so ring modulator basically mixes two frequencies to create a new sound. Here's Hero's End. See, these sounds are amazing. Wobbly bobbly. See, these songs are just very That's what Super Ninja Synth sounds. That didn't sound like a... pretty. All right. Bleece Fusion. Now, this is an excellent app that came out. It is wave shaping power for distortion and saturation. Basically, this is fantastic for warming up a sound, sizzling up a sound, shattering it into bits. It's got all these different wavetables, and so basically and then you can add your own stuff. So your wavetable influences the sound that's coming out, and it sounds really cool. Very cool, in fact. Let's see. Let's just do a quickie. Well, let's add this art again. ARP. This same ARP. And let's add like... Listen to that. That's a whole different sound. Yeah, listen to this. Just turns it into all kinds of crazy stuff. And then, back to normal. Hello, Seagull Rock Squawk. Very nice to see you. Let's get back into this, because we're only at the beginning of September. So Blipbox drum synth, that's really cool. These Blipbox and Thump One are two very simple apps that you can get some really cool sounds with. Like, for example, if I open this, I like there's a typewriter. And I love the sound of it, so I just, like... Right? How cool is that? The Blipbox. And Thump One is real similar. It's it's Phase Monkey Polysynth. Sorry. So basically, it's a polyphonic synthesizer. It's got 8-stage envelopes. You can really do it. You can make a lot of really interesting stuff. What? Don't have fun with it, though. Almost the entire screen is part of a control. It's got 8 classic phase distortion waveforms, 3 rare 8-stage envelopes. It's just very cool. Ooh, I like this. So Mixie says, if you remember the old sonic maximizers, they would delay frequencies and not mess with EQ. So we'd use them on old FOH PAs before we did time-align, so it delayed how fast the highs were hitting. Absolutely, the sonic maximizers, I used those when I hosted karaoke. Okay, this AB PitchPad X. This is super cool. This splits your, and you don't need to use this on voices. You can use it on anything, right? It's a multi-dimensional pitch shifter. So you can take a signal, you cut it into left, right, and mid, and then you can place it in space along with changing the pitch. So you could just you could make yourself a little harmony. And then you can take the harmony and you can spread it out in the stereo field. It is quite a fascinating little game. AB PitchPad X. Valves Tube Overdrive. Valves is a vintage emulation plugin. It's modeled after classic vintage tubes. And then the filter section's modeled after classic ladder filters, 2 or 4 pole, low pass, high pass, band pads, notch modes. It's really just like a valve thing, but it's so much more like easy to use, and it does a few extra things like all of their apps do. Yes. Reggae drummer, not mine. DDTCTMCCFF. This is basically MIDI control by drawing on your screen. Very cool. Ooh, no input mixer. That is something I like a lot. Igor Vasilyev, it's a feedback-based instrument. I'll show this to you one time, and I'll be using it in one of my making tracks from noise. Basically, it's an experimental technique for creating a wide range of amazing otherworldly electronic sounds by feeding the mixer output back into the input. Thereby, you're making a feedback loop. So when you make the feedback loop and then you start playing with it, yeah, also, what's a valve thing, right? Well, I don't know, because I only have like 21 minutes, so. So when you use a technique like no input mixing, basically you're like creating like unsettling weird noises, disrupted signals, strange noises, broken communication, buzzing drones, faulty machinery, futuristic tech sounds, glitchy elements. Let me see if I've got a thing for that in here. Let's save this. My Magic Fusion Playground. And we shall check my sessions for a no input mix. Do we have it? Maybe we search. No. No. No input, wild output. Here we go. Oh, this has a lot of those interesting. So here, see? You've already got a... These are just sweeping noises going through Combustor, Glitchscaper, Bleach Fusion, Fab Filter Pro Q3. You just take here's it. See, you can just hear this noise. Pink noise, brown noise, more noise. See? There we go. Just a noisy noise. We'll clear that. Boom. Goodbye. Strange, right? That this no input mixing could create these really cool sounds. I'm guessing Secta would have a field day with this. All right, now here's Thump 1. Thump 1's an easy-to-use musical synthesizer with a fun, glitchy wavetable engine and a bank of flexible multi-segment envelopes to shape the sound in any direction you desire. Perfect for powerful kick drums, huge club basses, and soaring leads. So basically, this is the layer uses an accurate model of the super saw oscillator found in the Roland JP8000 synthesizer. This oscillator has a selection of operating modes that configure the oscillator to play in intervals. What? How cool! And adds various amounts of modulation to create noisy retro synth sounds, fuzzy glitches, or just plain noise. Thump 1, that sounds fun. We'll have to use that one time. Now, Music Kraken. Music Kraken is a MIDI controller that controls with your hands. I won this app and I have no idea how to use it, so we'll just skip over that. But Jay did a really cool show on it. Framio. Let's just let that update. Framio is an app I use with my parents. They have a digital photo frame, and with the Framio app, I can upload pictures and short videos so that they can see me in real time. It's very cool. Pro Tools Sketch. That's something that came out. I have not used it yet, but it's a nonlinear clip-based creation tool. Lets you play with your musical ideas, trigger samples and loops, record audio, capture MIDI, just making sketches. A Pro Tool Sketch. I have not used it yet, but I will. Ooh, Bounce Bud, physics-based MIDI. That's an awesome app. Let's see if I can. So what this does is it gives you, this is the Balls app. It's a physics-based generative MIDI. Each side of the four sides of your screen has a customizable keyboard. Sends a MIDI note when the balls collide with the key. You can specify the ball count, speed, and size on the main screen with knob controls. You can set the key and scale, velocity range, octave range, MIDI channel settings. You can specify the notes individually per keyboard. All keyboards share the same key scale, and that can be changed with Brain Bud. Yes, this is the Balls app. Balls app. Each keyboard has its own MIDI output, so you can play different audio apps with Bounce Bud at once, or you can disable the keyboard sides you don't want to use. With a MIDI input, you can shoot walls from the keyboards. Balls can interact with the walls and introduce more randomness to the generative sequence. You can control each keyboard by assigning them different MIDI input channels in the settings menu. You can also toggle the ball collision behavior in the settings menu, whether they can collide. It creates different interesting sequences each time. It's extremely cool. I love these ball zap. Ball zap. You guys are so fun. Bounce Bud. Bounce Bud is cool. Wee Mitty. You could just literally Bounce Bud. You could just literally just throw in anything. Let's add one of these new. Let's add Xeon. And we'll just set this to Bounce Bud bottom. Boom. Only when it hits. Speed. More. Ah, look at all those. Well, isn't that cool? I thought so. All right, Media Assistant, very cool, but and it's been updated, and Jade will be talking about that. She has some codes. Atom Piano Roll, that's not new. Outsideify is new. Outsideify is it allows you to manipulate and explore the sounds happening around your smartphone. The microphone and speaker of your phone are hiding exciting potential. Create feedback, manipulate resonances, use your mouth as a resonant filter, capture the impulse responses of your coffee cup or the pipe at the construction site you're accidentally passing by. Just have fun. I'd like to know better how to use this. Hey, Gregory. Sully. Nice to see ya. Oh, see you later, Jim. Outsideify can be really cool. Segments by EG. That's 2 years ago, so we don't need that. Fabulous reverse chord finder. The rhyme zone. None of these are anything. Lines. Oh, lines. I love lines. Feedback multi-effect. Lines is an effect plugin that crosses borders. It can be used as a creative mangler of all kinds of signals, ranging from lo-fi telephone sounds, lush phasing, warm distortions, crusting feedback, ring modulation, and unique frequency shifting. But even without any input, it can be used as an experimental synthesizer based on feedback, allowing for a wide range of inspiring rhythms, pulses, and organic soundscapes. Let's show you real quick. I have one from Lines. Lines. Lines thing. We'll just hit play. Yes. There we go. It's Mini Vibe's birthday. So this is like little mud creatures and Conspiracy of the Fish Folk and a chaotic fold. And Glitchscaper here's being lined up. See how they're... See how it makes it a little line noisier? Whee! Let's clear that out. Woo! See how the little chippy cheepers? Very cool. Whoops. Let's hop back in here. And... Ooh, we've got about 12 minutes, 15 minutes, so let's keep going quickly here. Boom, boom, boom. What? There we go. Lines in October I got Audio Layer in October, but that's not new. Salome. You got to see this earlier. Salome is an audio sampler. It is insane. It is one of my favorite apps of the year. You can record and import sounds, turn them into loops, and then polyphonically play them using MPE or MIDI. If you want to see, 2 weeks ago, I used Salome. You can go back and check that out. One synth song of the week, Noise. Right? I can write off all these apps. Well, fortunately, I won a lot of them in Jade's Patreon, so that's super useful. Anyway, yes, Salome is one of the coolest apps I've ever seen. So Chord Bank, this is a little small bit. Uh-oh. Why can't I connect? Something went wrong. Please retry. Hopefully, this isn't screwing up my entire thing. Anyway, Chord Bank, what Chord Bank does is make chords. So it turns just a plain note. It turns just a plain note into a chord. And it does cool things like make your chords spread. It makes more notes in the chord or less. It's very, very cool. This Apple Sax, this is kind of a joke. It's a toy app that plays the sound of a saxophone. But you know, you can play around with Apple Sax and do some pretty cool things. Honestly. That's what all these mooger foogers are for. All right, the Kyber app. I hate the Kyber app. I like using Kyber in the browser, and I hate the app. Okay, there's that. Freezer by Audio Modern, a very cool app. It does freeze up inside the DAW sometimes. But anyway, it's a free sequencer plugin that's designed to capture and sequence the audio in an innovative and expressive way. Basically, it makes stutters and rhythms, complex rhythmic movements, and like any Audio Modern app, you can set it to you can use the infinity loop, and the infinity loop will change your parameters randomly every as many bars as you set. So like I'll set, I use this all the time with the play beat or with Freezer when I'm using it to take a drum part and change the drum part so that it morphs throughout a song. Because I'll keep one that is going bump 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 bump, doing the same thing over and over again. But to me, that makes my ears bored and it makes my brain angry. So I have to introduce randomity. I introduce the randomity with that. So I'll have a play beat running and it'll be changing, and then I'll have a plain drum beat that's the same all the way through. And I really enjoy doing that. Bam, Beat Maker and Music Maker. This is something I would love to try. It's a Groovebox style music production app and AUV3 plugin host. You can make music in it all by itself, which is super cool. But I have no idea how to use it. Oh, here's one of my very favorite apps of the year, Transit by Baby Audio. Transit is a multi-effects transition designer. I did a whole show on it about a month ago, so it kills your static mixes. This is so amazing for taking, like when I generate these long parts that go all the way through a song, Transit allows me to morph and change and blend the parts so that it's not just the same thing. It makes it extremely cool. Ooh, many vibes. That's very interesting what you say. Anyway, there's 18 powerful effect modules, freely loadable across 7 slots. All effect parameters can be linked to a global macro control. basically you get amazing filter sweeps, you get killer killer endings, killer intros, just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful app. I suggest that you not only watch my show on it, but that you also watch Jade's show on it. See you later, Manny Vibes. Thank you for being here. All right, we're in November. We're almost done. AB Phaser X. That phases from 2 to 12 stages. These ABX are really cool apps. They're much cooler than it seems like they are. The Final Phaser. This I have not played with, but I will. Procreate Dreams. That's an art app that I quite enjoy. Synthscaper, that's not new. Tardigraine's not new. Glitch Breaks is not new. Nature Oscillator, Spectrum Gen, these are all not new. Elastic Melody. This is a standalone iOS application and an AV3. It's a melody making. Yes, it's a melody making app. I will be spending more time on it. Let's just do that. King of Digital Hybrid Synth. This is so amazing. Audio Kit Pro. King of Digital has over 900, I think it might have over 1,000 presets. Only $4 still. Offer expires soon. 3+ gigs of original sounds, 12 sound banks. This is an amazing synth. King of Digital. So cool. Riffler Flow is another one of my favorites that came out. Riffler Flow, if you know Riffler creates guitar riffs, usually in kind of metal or cyberpunk and things like that. So Riffler Flow has been created to make more ambient sounds, make more pop, synth stuff. It makes hip hop stuff. Very, very cool. Something that I love. I use it all the time. Riffler Flow. It just makes the most incredible, beautiful things. I've just discovered how to use it in endless mode, which is super cool. It's sort of like the Playbeat infinity mode. It just keeps changing things. Keeps your same. If you lock the parameters, it'll just keep using like an E minor is what I've been doing it. Things Flip EQ. Haven't used this yet. It's a tilting EQ plugin with mid-side mode. You get more highs, less lows. Basically, this is a way to play with your sound. Things Voice. I use this all the time. It's a simple one knob, throw it on and it sounds good compressor for voiceover and vocals. Based on the channel strip dials. Gives you everything you need to make your voice loud yet smooth. I definitely use that. And here we are. We're almost to the end. Relic Waves. Relic Waves is a really cool 4 billion unique lo-fi pads and effects from the depths of the mathematical universe. Relic Waves is a generator of lo-fi noises, pads, and effects based on unique synthesis algorithms from Night Radio. Very super cool. So, Relic Waves. I know I've only got 10 minutes before Jade starts, but I'm just going to quickly, there's a Relic just to kind of show you the cool Relicsum. Relic Sesh. There we go. Just listen to some of the craziness that comes out. So this craziness comes out in a key. That's the cool part. We'll smack them together with some We're just delaying them off of each other. Yeah, that's cool. All right, we're almost there. Almost done. Almost finished. Almost done. So Mariana Bass Synthesizer. I will be showing Mariana Bass Synthesizer in my upcoming making music or creating from bass sounds. That's going to be very fun. It is one of the most amazing sounding bass synthesizers ever. And it works with the Mooger Foogers. The Bleece Arpeggiator is a hands-on arpeggiation. It's a MIDI effects. It's an AV3 instrument because it's got a built-in FM synth. But it also, so I use it all the time to take and I'll turn a sound set. I'll pull some of the notes out with MIDI gates and then I'll arpeggiate them with Bleece Arpeggiator. And then I'll run that to some sounds. And then we'll get this lovely cross-sounding, beautiful vibe. Arpeggiator, very powerful, very fun to play with. Plotiny, not even sure what that is. But it looks like it creates displays. Ooh, it transforms MIDI input into beautiful animated drawings. I can't wait to play with that. iSequence HD by Beep Street. Nope, that's not new. So mid-side continuum, that's another kind of flipping EQ feel. It's it goes with True Pan. It's a panning effects bundle. Like, basically, you can fade and modulate and width preserving, allowing other effects to. It's very, very cool. But I have not learned how to use it yet. Real Phase is pretty cool. The most iconic phaser you've ever heard. You may be able to capture that sound in a plugin. Right? Awesome. Things Motor. This is a little bit like Magic Fusion, only easier. You can blend and twist and, modify side chaining to combine the signals. They dance around each other like courting birds drunk on fermented cherries. Right? So cool. MuseBud. MuseBud is based on algorithmic sequences. It creates notes based on possibilities. Ooh, you created. Thank you, Chili. Secta. I'm going to be using Secta next week to show you guys how to play around with you. It splits up the incoming audio and processes each one separately so that you can play with them and kind of. I find it's really useful for like space fields and other noise apps. And then the last two apps of the year, Outer Space Tape Echo and GSDSP Quantum Delay. And these are both delay and echo apps that are absolutely out of this world. Next level, modulating, mind-bending, delay, time manipulate. You can have 5 tuplets, BPM synchronization, out of phase wackiness. So cool. Anyway, that is what we've got. Those are all the apps that I got in the second half of 2023. We shall see you over at Jade's because it's 5 minutes. I'm overshooting my time space here, my friends. But thank you for staying with me and enjoying this. If you have any desire to see me use any of the apps you've seen today, then talk to me in the comments and let me know what you'd like me to use. And I will see you all over at Jade's. Let me wing in real quick to say goodbye. Here I am with my glasses and everything. I'll see you guys next week when we're going to be back to real work. The real work of making music. We'll be doing that. Until then, I'll see you around.